My 12-year-old child messaged my mother, stating she felt hurt grandma missed her birthday. My mother responded, "We need space. Please don't reach out anymore." My dad also liked that message. So I just suspended payments on every shared account covering flights, rent, and bills. Come morning, 97 missed calls. Okay, listen to this, because it's still wild to me. Have you ever felt like your own family was charging you rent to exist? Like you were a permanent bank account with a face? Because I just hit my breaking point with mine, and let me tell you, it ended with a shocking message to my 12-year-old daughter that flipped my entire world upside down. You will not believe what happened next. My name's Elvis. I'm 34. I'm a city trash collector. Yeah, I know. Not exactly glamorous. I wake up at 4:10 a.m., drink gas station coffee, and ride the same route past the same cracked sidewalks. I know the alley cats, the bakery discards, the boxes nobody breaks down. It's honest work. It pays on time. I love my wife, Maya, and my daughter, Kara, who just turned 12 and still leaves glitter on everything she touches. She's my universe. But in my family, I'm not the golden child. Never was. That spotlight, always on my sister, Leia. Big smile, nice shoes, a marketing director job my mom loves to say slowly, like it's a rich dessert. Me? I'm the guy who comes to dinner in his work boots and gets asked to take out the trash on the way out. And I mean that literally. For years, I told myself, who cares? I have a wife who laughs at my dumb jokes. A kid who still holds my hand. A job that pays the bills. You find pride in a clean alley. In a bin you leave better than you found it. But families, man, they don't forget their hierarchies. They rehearse them. Last Sunday was one of those days. My mom's house, too many folding chairs, not enough room to breathe. I was stuck at the grill, my dad hovering, muttering about the coals. Leia, fashionably late, breezed in with her sunglasses on her head, and suddenly, everyone lit up like the Pope had arrived. She brought cupcakes, the kind with those shiny sprinkles that look like ball bearings. My mom cooed, "Yayla, gorgeous." You shouldn't have. I came in, holding a foil tray of chicken I'd marinated overnight. "Smells nice," Mom said. "Elvis, put it there. We'll see if it isn't too salty this time." Maya squeezed my elbow under the table. I just smiled. I always do. Kara sat next to me, quiet, playing with a straw wrapper. My mom leaned across her. "Where's my birthday girl?" Kara mumbled, "Next week." Mom nodded like she knew, even though I'd reminded her 3 times already. Leia started a story about a work trip. Dad asked about airlines, lounges, business class. I laughed. Must be nice. Mom said, "Well, she earned it." Then she asked if I was still on the trucks, like I might have been promoted to royalty since Tuesday. "Yep, still on the trucks," I said. "Good," Dad added. "Honest work builds character." He said character like it was a consolation prize. Later, Leia nudged me at the grill. "You smell like smoke," she joked. "Don't hug me later." Then she giggled and went back inside. I stood there, tongs in hand, with that warm, dumb feeling in my chest. That feeling of being a prop. The background guy. The reliable one who drives, pays, lifts, and then leaves first. We ate on paper plates. Kara told a story about a class project and got one polite nod. Leia talked about Seattle, and the whole table hummed with questions. You could feel where the attention shifted, where it rained, and where it never did. At the end, Mom packed leftovers for my dad, meaning my father, not me. She gave Leia the cupcakes to take home. "You should enjoy the nice things you buy." Then she handed me the foil tray. "Wash that." Not could you. Not please. Just a command. As we left, Mom kissed Kara's forehead. "You're getting so tall, sweetheart." Like she was reading from a script. Then she turned to me. "Don't forget to send me your schedule so we know when you can drive us to the airport on Friday." She said, "We," in a way that just assumed the answer. "I'll check," I said. She added, "Text me Kara's birthday plan again. I have so many dates this month." Leia laughed. "Boss lady," she said. They shared a smile I don't get in that house. In the car, Kara was quiet. I asked if she wanted music. She shook her head. Maya rubbed her shoulder. At a red light, I watched Mom in the rearview mirror, shrinking in the distance, still waving at Leia's car. It's the small things, you know? Small things that pile up like trash bags no one wants to claim. That night, Kara asked if she could use my phone to show Grandma her art project. "Maybe she'll hang it up," she said, so hopeful. "Sure," I said. She typed. She smiled. She waited. Minutes passed. Then the screen lit up with Mom's reply. The expression on Kara's face changed in a way I still can't unsee. She didn't cry. She just went very, very still, like a sound cut out of the room. Everything okay? I asked. She nodded. Yeah. Maya looked at me over Kara's head with that small, tight look. Later, she mouthed. The night ended with dishes and quiet, but something had shifted. I could feel it, like the bin was full, and the lid wouldn't close anymore. Somewhere between the last plate and the hallway light, I understood. The next time they asked me to carry the load, I wasn't going to do it the same way. Money has always been the family language, even when people pretend it isn't. I make a public salary. You can look it up. It's not glamorous, but it's steady. It feeds us. Maya works part-time. We have our shared checking account for rent, groceries. But then there's the other pile. The family apps, the shared travel cards I got bullied into because you have the best credit. Elvis, you're so organized. That's how I ended up co-signing the flight card my parents use only for emergencies, and the apartment lease add-on for Leia's crash pad. It started small. It grew roots. 3 years ago, Dad had a procedure. Nothing major, he said, handing me a half-completed medical travel card application. Just fill the rest. It's easier if you do it. He added, we'll pay you back. I believed him. I wanted to. Payments came slow. Partial. We'll catch up next month. I didn't chase. I just kept paying the minimums so their credit wouldn't tank and sink my own. And then there were flights. A funeral first. Okay. Then a must-see deal to Vegas for their anniversary. It's just points, Mom said. It wasn't points. It was cash from my end of the app. When I brought it up, Mom said, Elvis, please don't nickel and dime family. Dad called me overly literal. Leia said, you worry too much. You're such a spreadsheet. It became normal to get Venmo requests from Leia labeled Uber for Mom or snacks for Kara when Kara hadn't even been there. If I pushed back, I got voice memos with heavy sighs. You know how Mom is. Just cover it. I'll sort later. Later was a ghost. I'm not perfect. I've borrowed too, once for new tires in the winter. I asked Dad for $200 to tide me over. He brought it up for the next 6 months like I'd taken a kidney. How's the tire money? He'd ask at birthdays, like a joke with a blade. Meanwhile, Kara grew older and more aware. She stopped asking Grandma for sleepovers because Grandma's always busy. Busy looked like hair appointments and Leia's office parties. When Kara won a little art contest at school, my mom posted a photo sent to her of Leia's coworker's kid and captioned it, so proud. She corrected it later, but only after Maya texted her twice. I kept telling myself, it's family. It's messy. Just keep the peace. Then Kara's birthday crept up. We planned something small. Pizza, 2 friends, a movie at home. Kara made a list of who she wanted there. Grandma, if she can. She wrote in purple ink with a tiny heart. I reminded Mom 3 times. Next Saturday, 2 p.m. Each time, she said, yes, yes, of course. Put me down for coleslaw. Mom brings coleslaw to everything like it's her calling. I checked the shared travel app. My stomach went cold. Flights my parents were taking on Friday. Out to Leia's work trip city. For the weekend. I called. Hey. I said, trying to keep my voice even. Kara's birthday is Saturday. Oh, honey. Mom said, drawn out and slow. We booked this months ago. You told me last week you were free. That's not how I remembered it. Besides, she added, we can FaceTime. I'll send something nice. Can you push it a day? I heard myself say. Fly Sunday. I'll cover the change fee. I knew I shouldn't have said it. The second I offered to pay, I could feel the hook slide in. Mom sighed. Leia's schedule, you know how it is. I didn't know. Leia's schedule was the sun. We all rotated around it. I told Maya. She just shook her head. Then let's not count on them. Kara will have fun either way. Kara pretended it didn't hurt her. Kids are kinder than adults. She made a new list with a silly drawing and added Grandma maybe, with a question mark. It killed me. 2 days before the party, Mom texted, love you. Can't wait to see pics. No sorry, no promise, just vibes. Friday night, I saw the flight charges go through on the shared card. A notification popped up on my phone like a tiny punch. I washed the dishes and tried to be grateful for what we had. It's just a cake, I kept repeating. It's just a Saturday. The day came. Balloons taped to the doorway. Kara's 2 friends showed up with handmade cards. Maya turned on the LED lights, set them to sunset. We sang. We cut the cake. Kara smiled, real and bright. Midway through the movie, Kara slipped into the kitchen and took a picture of her slice, the little candle stub still stuck in it. I heard the shutter sound and didn't think much of it. After the girls left, we cleaned up. Kara went to her room with her colored pencils. My phone buzzed on the counter. I glanced down and saw a message from my mom to Kara. Kara had texted first, from my phone, earlier, without telling me. The photo, a small caption, "Hi, Grandma. I wish you were here. I felt a little sad today." Mom's reply was sitting there in blue. "We need space. Please don't reach out anymore." Just like that. No hello, no explanation, no love you. And below it, a blue thumbs up from my dad. He liked it. Like it was a joke. Like my kid was a status update to react to. The kitchen went silent in a way I still can't describe. Maya saw my face and came around the counter like she was expecting blood. I turned the screen to her. She read it once, then again. She whispered, "No." Like maybe the phone would change the words if she said it nice. I walked down the hall to Kara's room. She was shading a dolphin. She looked up, too hopeful, and I realized she hadn't seen the reply yet. My heart did a thing I don't have a word for. I sat on the floor next to her and asked about the fins. I didn't say anything. Not then. Not like that. I couldn't. That night, when Kara finally slept, Maya and I sat at the table with the light off. The fridge hummed. My phone screen glowed in the dark with that one message and that thumb. I kept thinking, asterisk, they typed this to a child. Not to me, to my kid. Asterisk, Maya said, "We have to set boundaries." I said, "Yeah." My voice surprised me. It sounded calm. It sounded like a door sliding into place. She added, "Not out of anger." Not out of anger. I agreed. We opened the banking app. We looked at the list of shared things. Flights, rent add-on, medical travel card, utilities. I was still splitting for my parents' second place, just until the lease ended. The numbers lined up like a row of quiet accusations. I'd been carrying the can. They'd been filling it. And my daughter was the one they told to stop reaching out. I didn't make a move that night. I slept on it. I woke at 4:10 a.m. like always, brewed coffee, and went to work. The city was gray and honest. Bins up, bins down. The cat on the corner of Pine hissed at me and then let me scratch its head, like always. I felt steadier by noon. Steady enough to make a plan. On my lunch break, I drafted a note in my head. I didn't want drama. I wanted facts. I wanted to end the story where it should have ended years ago, with me not being the family wallet, or the family driver, or the family apology machine. I kept repeating a sentence until it fit in my mouth. This isn't about revenge. This is about closure. When my shift ended, I went home, hugged Kara long, and told Maya what I was going to do. She nodded once. "Do it," she said. "And breathe." I didn't stage anything. I didn't make a speech in a restaurant. I sat at our wobbly kitchen table, opened the apps, and began. First, the shared flight card. I paused payments and removed my autopay. Then, I sent a short message to the family group chat. "Mom, Dad, Leia." No emojis, no jabs, just lines. "Hi." Effective immediately, I'm pausing payments on all shared accounts connected to me. The travel card, the apartment add-on, and the utilities I've been covering. I'm also removing my name from any new bookings. Moving forward, please use your own accounts. I added, "To be clear, this change is because Kara received a message from you asking her not to reach out. I won't fund travel or rent for people who talk to my kid like that." Send. Then I messaged my parents directly. "I saw the message you sent, Kara. We need space. Please don't reach out anymore. Dad, I saw your like. I'm asking you to apologize to Kara. Not to me, to her. Until then, we're stepping back." Send. Then Leia. "I'm done being the default. Payer. If you need help, ask your bank." Send. No swears. No second paragraphs. I turned off my phone and sat with Maya. My hands shook for 5 minutes, and then they didn't. 2 hours later, I turned the phone back on. 23 missed calls. 14 texts. A floodgate had opened. Mom's first text. "Elvis, this is a huge overreaction." Leia, "Are you kidding me? I have a conference in 3 days." Dad, "Son, call me now. We need to fix this before it becomes a mess." Then the voice memos. Mom, crying. "You don't understand. Kara manipulated me. Kara, who still collects stickers, made me feel guilty." Leia, snapping. "Do you know how hard I work? I shouldn't be punished because you can't manage your feelings." My reply to all of them was the same. Apologize to Kara. Then we can talk about logistics. Silence for an hour. Then the flood resumed. Leia called 6 times in a row. I let them ring. Mom texted, "We were joking." Then, "You've always been sensitive." Then, "I'm your mother." Then, "I'll have a stroke if you keep this up." The escalation was textbook and boring. I made pasta and told Kara she could pick the sauce. She chose the cheesy one she knows is too salty, and I told her it was perfect. At 8:30 p.m., my dad showed up at my door. He never knocks like a person. He pounds like a landlord. I opened, but left the chain on. "Open up," he said. "No," I said. "Kara's getting ready for bed." He peered at the chain and shook his head. "This is ridiculous." "I'm listening," I said. He launched in. "You embarrassed your mother. You put your sister in a bind. That card is for all of us, Elvis. Family is family. Family is how you talk to a 12-year-old, I said. "Let's start there." He frowned like I'd said something in another language. "Your mother didn't mean it the way you think. She wrote it," I said. "You liked it." It was out of context. There was no context to "please don't reach out anymore." Dad switched tactics. He tried money. "Fine. We'll pay our part this month. Turn the payments back on. We'll settle up." He leaned toward the crack in the door like he might push the whole thing in. "I'm not turning anything back on," I said. "You can use your cards and your accounts, and you can settle up with yourselves. I've carried this long enough." He scoffed. "Oh, you think you're a big man now because you're paying a few bills? You're a trash guy, Elvis. Don't act like you're some CEO." I felt the heat rise in my neck and then drop away. It surprised me how fast it left. "You're right," I said softly. "I'm a trash guy? I know what gets thrown out." He stared at me for a long second, like he was trying to decide if he could still shame me the way he did when I was 12. He couldn't. He tried another door. "Elvis, be reasonable. We leave for the airport Friday. You said we need you to drive us. You need to apologize to Kara." He blew air through his nose. That angry horse sound. "Your mother is hysterical. She can be hysterical in her own messages," I said. "Not to my kid." He stepped back. He shook his head. "This is revenge." I shook mine. "This isn't about revenge. This is about closure." He snorted. "You've always had a flair for drama." "I pick up trash at 5 a.m., I said. "I don't have time for drama." He left with a muttered curse. I locked the door, slid down it, and sat on the floor until my breathing matched the fridge hum again. At 9:12 p.m., a text came through from an unknown number. It was Leia's friend. "Hey, so weird. Your mom said your phone is broken. She needs the travel card reactivated before midnight. Can you help?" I didn't reply. At 9:40 p.m., Mom finally sent a sentence that sounded like her, the real her, when we used to make grilled cheese on snow days. "What do I say to Kara?" she wrote. I stared at it. I typed and erased. Then I sent, "Start with 'I'm sorry.' Start there and stop there." I put the phone on the counter and went to bed. My last thought before sleep was stupid and practical. I needed to fix the wobbly kitchen chair tomorrow. It felt good to think about something I could fix with a screwdriver. Morning, 5:02 a.m. I checked my phone before I laced my boots. 97 missed calls. The group chat lit up like a siren. Leia had gone off in paragraphs. "Do you even understand how selfish this is? I have work travel." She used all caps like it was a legal requirement. Mom had sent alternating crying emojis and heart emojis, and a photo of her with Kara when Kara was 5, like nostalgia could do paperwork. My dad sent a single line, "We'll remember this." Underneath all those, one new message from Mom to Kara. "I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. I love you." I shouldn't have said that. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't enough. But it was a beginning. I showed it to Maya in the kitchen. She read it and nodded. "Okay," she said. "Now we see if it's real." At work, I ran my route. I try not to check my phone every stop, but the notifications stacked up anyway. My aunt texted, "Your poor mother." My cousin texted, "LOL, what happened?" An unknown number. "Is it true you cut them off?" Like gossip was an Olympic sport. At lunch, I finally called my mom. She picked up mid-sob. "Elvis." "I'm on break," I said. "I have 10 minutes. That's all I get." The tone was back. The one that makes me 6 years old again, and wrong by default. "You told my daughter not to reach out. So yes, 10 minutes. She sniffed. I didn't mean it. She made me feel. "Mom," I cut in. Silence. Then, small, "I'm sorry for saying that to her." I was frustrated. "Your father and I were packing. Leia was calling. I saw the cake photo. And I felt like a bad grandma. And you decided to be one, I said. Not a question. More silence. Then, I'm sorry again. Real this time. Heavy. Okay, I said. Here's what happens next. I'm not turning any payments back on. You'll need to pay your own way. If you want to see Kara, you text me or Maya first. And you don't ask Kara to be the adult in any conversation. Elvis. And you stop using me as the family card. That's over. But what about Leia? She whispered, like Leia was a fragile vase and not a grown woman with a salary. What about Leia? She has commitments. She can commit to paying her own bill. You know your sister isn't good with. She stopped. Fine, she said, but it wasn't a real fine. It was the kind you throw like a dishcloth when you're tired. Mom, this isn't punishment, I said, because I needed the sentence to exist out loud. This is a boundary. She breathed into the phone. Your father is furious. He says we won't speak to you again if you don't fix this. That's his boundary, I said. Mine stands. We hung up with no love you. That stung. In the place old things sting. I put the phone in my locker and did the rest of my route like a person who knows his own name. By afternoon, the story started. Leia posted some cloudy caption about toxic people stealing your peace. My aunt commented, so proud of you, honey. My dad texted me a PDF of the flight confirmation, like a threat. We had to pay full price, he added. Hope you're happy. I didn't answer. I clocked out. I went home. I fixed the wobbly chair. Kara helped, handing me screws like a surgeon's assistant. Can I ask you something? She said. Anything. What did Grandma mean about space? I looked at Maya. She nodded. So, I told the truth in small words. Sometimes grown-ups say hurtful things when they're mad or embarrassed. It's not your fault. It was wrong. She apologized. That's a start. Kara traced a circle on the table. I felt like I did something bad. You didn't, I said. You were brave. You told someone how you felt. That's never bad. She nodded. Okay. We ate leftovers. We played Uno. We lived. This part gets missed in stories. The living. It felt good, but the noise didn't stop. You can turn off an app, but you can't turn off people. That evening, my dad left a voicemail that made Maya press her lips together. Son, he said, you are making your mother sick with worry. You resend those changes tonight or don't come around here again. He hung up like a judge. Then Leia called Maya directly. Can you talk some sense into your husband? She said, like I wasn't a person in the room. Maya put her on speaker. Hi Leia, Maya said. We can hear you. Good, Leia said. Listen, I have a non-refundable hotel for next week, and now I have to move money around because your man decided to play hero. This is childish. Leia, Maya said, calm as a lake. You're a high-earning adult with a corporate card. It's maxed. Leia snapped, then made a little choking sound, like she hadn't meant to say that part out loud. This isn't about money, she added immediately. It's about family loyalty. Elvis knows Mom gets overwhelmed. I took the phone. You told Mom to book the trip over Kara's birthday, I said. So, she said. Kara is 12. She'll have other birthdays. I don't remember setting the phone down. I just remember my vision narrowing for half a second and then widening. We're done here, I said. I ended the call. The quiet after was like fresh air. 2 days later, there was a knock at the door. Not a pound, a knock. My mom. No makeup. She looked small, which was confusing. She held a plastic container of coleslaw like it might be a passport. I came to see Kara, she said. If that's okay. Maya glanced at me. I opened the door wider. Mom looked around our living room like she'd never been inside. She saw the birthday banner still drooping in the corner. She pressed her lips together. Where is she? In her room, I said. You can sit. I'll get her. When Kara saw her, she paused, like she might run the other way. Mom sat on the edge of the couch and patted the cushion next to her. May I? She asked. Kara looked at me. I nodded. Mom took a breath. Kara, she said, I said a very mean thing. It wasn't true and it wasn't fair, and I'm sorry. I was jealous that I wasn't there, and instead of saying that, I tried to make you smaller. That's not what love does. Kara listened like a tiny judge. Okay, she said finally. Then, softer. Thank you for saying that. Mom nodded fast. Tears came. Real ones. She didn't ask Kara to make her feel better. She handed Kara a wrapped present. Just one. Small. A sketchbook. I thought maybe you could draw me being nicer. She tried to joke, and it landed clumsy but not awful. Kara smiled a little. I can draw dolphins, she said. Maybe you want a dolphin. Mom laughed. I'd love a dolphin. Kara nodded, satisfied. Then she got up and went to her room. The audience had dismissed itself. Mom stood. I'm going, she said. Thank you for letting me. She put the coleslaw on the coffee table and made a face. I know, she said. I always bring that. At the door, she turned back. I can't fix your father, she said. He's him. But I can fix me. Good, I said. Start there. Friday, 10 a.m. Right as usual. At home, the family chat showed Mom and Dad at the gate, scowling. No lounge, no priority. Dad, we managed. I typed, good, but didn't send. Kara wanted pancakes. I burned the butter. She ate them and said they were perfect. I believed her. I didn't become someone new. I still wake early. Smell like the truck. Stack rent in labeled envelopes. But the house is quieter. My shoulders lower. The phone doesn't own me. Shared accounts closed. I sat on hold. Said, remove me. Got the email. You are no longer responsible. Like dropping a backpack. Mom now texts Kara, hi, sweetie. Love you. Sometimes Kara answers, sometimes not. Her choice. Dad hasn't apologized. Leia flew anyway. We talk less, and it cost me nothing. Not revenge. Closure. I stopped paying and told the truth. No one treats my kid like a bill. We cook, read, fix small things. I'm Elvis. With a clean route. A daughter who draws dolphins. A wife who says, breathe. My own switch is on. What would you have done in my place when your own child gets caught in the crossfire? Have you ever had to draw such a hard line with family? Tell me what you think. I really want to know.